Welcome to my beautiful home. My name's Tamara. Today I'm going to be showing you around my incredible basement suite. For those of you who might be blind or visually impaired, you can check out the extra descriptive video version linked down below. I wanted to create this video as a way of remembering this property. I'm going to be moving right away here, so I wanted to show you around, show how I've decorated, and share some of my really fun, inexpensive design hacks that I've learned along the way. I hope you enjoy. The first thing you notice when you come into this basement suite is it doesn't feel like a basement at all. It feels like the main floor of a really nicely finished house. We have 9 or 10 foot vaulted ceilings, pot lighting, gorgeous California knockdown, which I can't see on the ceiling, and these massive windows that look out onto an incredible view of a lake. Just to the right of the front door, I put in this brown shoe bench, which matches the lovely warm brown accent walls and warm tones that you have in this property. I picked this up on Amazon for less than $70, so I really didn't break the bank, and it made the space super functional for when I'm trying to go in and out really quickly and just pop on a pair of shoes. Coming to the right of the front door, you'll see my pride and joy. This is my baby grand piano. I spent many years saving up to buy this, and I found it on Kijiji just before lockdown. I love playing, and it fits beautifully in this nooked window area that I've also put some plants in to make the space really come alive. Coming to the right again, you'll see what you actually first see when you walk in the front door, which is the main living space. The living room was a lot of fun to design because it's the first one people see when they walk through the door. I wanted it to feel welcoming. I wanted it to feel warm and inviting. So I played around with all kinds of different colors and textures and patterns to make this space feel cohesive. For example, I have this lovely brushed satin lumbar pillow that's in creamy gold or champagne. I've got this really lovely throw blanket on the chair. I've got a knit pillow. I've got another brushed satin pillow on the couch, but this time it's purple, so it stands out against that lovely cream color. I've got plants in vases on the table. I've got candles. It really feels welcoming. And most of the things that you see in this room in terms of decor, I picked up either secondhand or I made them myself, aside from the lamps, which I think are worth mentioning because they have these burlap shades, which I thought was just such a cool texture. I've never seen anything like it, and I love playing with texture because it's something I get to enjoy. I have a long piece of art above the couch, which I picked up for less than $80 in clearance at Walmart of all places. So I don't feel like you have to really break the bank to create a cohesive space. And who could possibly complain when you have a beautiful fireplace and a nice warm dog next to it? It's probably one of the features that I use most in this property because it keeps it really warm, and again, it just adds to that really welcoming, warm, cozy atmosphere that I wanted to bring to this space. Next, we come to the largest room in the space. Just across from the living room, you have the master bedroom with incredible views and a double door entrance, no less. Let's take a look. This is probably one of the largest spaces in a rental I have ever seen. It's expansive. I have a queen size bed in here with 2 massive nightstands, but you could easily fit a king with room to spare. To make this space feel a little bit more separate, I have a couple of rugs in here to differentiate different zones. Under the entire bed, I put a white shag carpet, which really makes it nice in the morning so I can wake up and have carpet under my toes. I did the same thing under my vanity on the other side of the room with a really fuzzy white carpet. And then I have my bed on this side of the room and my dressing and my closet on the other side. With my bed, I decided to pull that same purple from the living room in this room as well. My bedspread is a lovely brushed satin with almost a light brocade to it. I've got royal purple sheets and a really fuzzy white pillow to pull the carpet color up onto the bed. I've got these gorgeous end tables and matching headboard. This is probably one of the first pieces of furniture I saved up for to buy something that I want to keep for my entire life. I've had a lot of mismatch and a lot of IKEA over the years, but I really have been trying to save money to find something that's classic that I can use for many, many years. So this is one of those pieces. My bedroom set I got on sale, and I did spend more money, but that's because I wanted something that was high quality, that was gonna last a really long time. Coming to the foot of the bed with this little bench I put here, it was just to help fill out the space. I felt that there was a lot of room between the end of the bed and the window, so you could absolutely put a couple of accent chairs. I didn't have the budget for that, and I had a lot of extra blankets, so I thought a little storage bench would do nicely. And I've put one of the same fuzzy pillows as on the bed and a really sparkly silver one, which I really enjoy looking at. I've also got a lavender throw blanket to help bring the colors together. Coming across the room, we have Patience's space. We have the dog bed. She has one in every room because this little dog needs comfort wherever she goes. I've got my vanity, which I picked up secondhand on Kijiji. All I did to really upcycle this item, because it was a little beat up, was I changed out the knobs to match something similar to my dresser, and I covered the top in a desk pad so that it covered all of the scratches and dings from the previous owner. Along this entire back wall is a Pax wardrobe. I designed it myself, but unfortunately it's going to be staying. The landlord really liked it in this space, so it's going to be used by whoever moves in here next. I think it's a really nice addition, really functional, and if whoever wants to come in here next doesn't want to look at their closet, you can absolutely put doors on it. One of the few things just about every designer can agree on is when you have large windows that don't go all the way to the ceiling, you want your drapes to go to the ceiling. So I had a really tough time finding drapes that were long enough for this space, but I found these gorgeous blackout cream drapes that I was able to mount all the way up at the ceiling, and then I'm able to have really nice dark space when I sleep, which is absolutely a must because I am so light sensitive. The final pieces that I used to try and bring this space together were a couple of different art pieces that are on the walls. They're all from the same artist. I've had them since I was a baby. They're impressionist violinists and pianists, and I love how they bring so many colors and you can't really tell in really specific detail what's going on. I also put in a couple of little vases, some flowers, some pussy willows, and a little tree in the corner with some twinkle lights, because twinkle lights are probably one of the most beautiful things in my mind, so I like putting them everywhere. Let's move on to the next space. Out of the bedroom to the left, you have this lovely glass mirrored front closet, and then we're gonna come straight past that into my dining area. Transitioning between the living room and dining kitchen area is really subtle because this space is so nice and open. So I wanted to create that transition. There's a nice separation in the floor going from tile to hardwood, but I also wanted to separate above the fireplace, which is only a half wall. So I put these grassy plants here to almost lift that up and create more of a separation between the living room and the dining area. My dad was getting rid of these, so I took them from him, and I love free decor items. Coming into the dining area, you have my kitchen table. I picked this up on Kijiji for less than $100. It's a beautiful blackwood table. And in this space, because I wanted to make it feel different, I'm pulling different colors. I'm pulling more creams, I'm pulling more golds rather than silvers like I was doing in the living room. In the corner, I have a tree. I can't remember where I got it, but I don't think I paid anything for it because somebody was just getting rid of it. And I've wrapped it in some twinkle lights because I think those look really pretty. I have a couple of half bookshelves along the wall that I've covered in a scarf to create almost a faux sideboard there. Again, just repurposing pieces that we had. I've got this 4-piece world map on the wall, which has every piece is at a different height, which I think is really cool. I picked that up for less than $50 on Amazon. I like the idea of having a world map. I do want to put some puff paint around the outside so I can feel the continents, but that hasn't happened yet. On the table, I have some placemats from the dollar store. I have some dishes that I picked up secondhand from a friend. So I really don't spend a lot of money on my decor items. I just wait to find the right thing. And if there's a sale on, if I find something on Kijiji, if somebody's getting rid of something and it's something that I really want, I wait for those pieces. And it sometimes takes me a really long time to decorate a space because I wait for those right pieces. the ones that I like that really make the space feel correct. Across from my dining area, I created what I like to call my little library. I have a couple of Billy bookshelves. As those of you who are IKEA veterans know, these are not expensive and they go on sale for 59 bucks sometimes. So I have two of them in black here that I really love, and I've decorated with these really old hardcover books. Why does the blind girl have printed books? Because I think they're pretty. I love how they look. I love how they feel. I wish I could read them, and if I got really excited about reading a print book, I could do that with OCR. And then I have my Braille books underneath that. I have my old university textbooks, all of that creating a variety of different layers. And I've really made this bookshelf pull golds and reds and really warm tones to pick up that brown accent wall that sits behind the bookshelf. For those of you who are really in tune with Lord of the Rings, you will start seeing my nerdiness come out in spades. I have Legolas's fighting knives on the wall. I've got Arwen's sword up above the bookshelves. I've got various copies of Lord of the Rings scattered through this bookshelf because one cannot have too many copies. And then I've got some little sprigs in the corner to help make the wall feel tall. And then on the left side, I've got my little tiny freezer, which I use because I meal prep, and that way I can store a lot more meals. I can cook in much larger batches, and I'm not cooking all the time. I've just covered it in a little scarf, and then Robbie gave me some beautiful flowers, so those are on top right now. Let's take a look at the kitchen. Coming into the kitchen, it starts with a high bar, which is a really nice touch. I have these 3 bar stools here with silver backs to match all of the fixtures in the kitchen. Even though it's not that bright white kitchen that everybody's going for right now, the first thing that drew me to this kitchen was the level of finish. There is not one piece of MDF to be found anywhere. All of the cabinetry is solid wood. Everything has a lovely high level of finish that you just aren't going to find anywhere else. This is probably the most sterile space in the house. I have to keep the countertops clear or I'm not going to be able to use it functionally. I'll be knocking things over. So I try and keep absolutely everything I can off the counters. The only exception I have is I keep all of my kitchen tools right next to the stove so I can reach over and grab them as needed. I've got my toaster, which I use almost every day, my kettle, same deal, and my knife block because I want to be able to reach for those things and not have to worry about grabbing a knife by the blade. This kitchen also comes with a pantry, something you don't see in a lot of kitchens these days. The final piece in this kitchen is probably my favorite. I took the corner beside the pantry and used this bookshelf to create a very functional space for all of the ingredients that I use on a regular basis. All of my oils and vinegars are on the top shelf in various shapes and sizes of antique bottles, which I think looks really cool. I've got some fake plants up at the top, which I picked up at the dollar store. And I've got every single ingredient you might imagine, from lentils to beans to coconut flour, in individual glass jars. Again, I picked all of these jars up at the dollar store, so it cost next to nothing to create something that looks really consistent, really beautiful, and I can buy in bulk and only keep out what I need to use on the day-to-day. This bathroom makes the most of a cozy space. You've got large countertops where you can put products or decor. You've got drawers and cupboards, which is really nice for organizing. There's a linen closet behind the door, and you've got all of the lovely high-end fixtures that you'd want in a bathroom. It's got a full-sized bathtub. I don't know what else you could want. In this space, I wanted to keep it fairly minimal because of the size. So I have a little night light, a candle for when I'm in the bath, and another one of those grassy plants that I have from the same set as over the fireplace. I've got purple in the bathroom, same accent color as I was pulling from the living room and the bedroom, in the towels, and then I just have this little starfish, 1 foot by 1 foot square, just to have something on the wall. I picked up just about everything you see in here, either for free or from Walmart or from the dollar store. So I can't complain. I spent almost nothing on decor and I think it looks all right. Coming down the hallway on the right-hand side, I have my mechanical room and laundry. I almost forgot to mention it. It's such a lovely feature in a rental property to be able to have a space where you could put storage items, where you can keep things, and it's not in your main living space. So I have my vacuum and my brooms and all my cleaning supplies in there, in addition to my skis, my camping stuff, and miscellaneous luggage. In most basement suites I've been in, storage space is probably one of the biggest concerns. Whoever designed this space was really smart and turned the entire understair space into really functional storage with shelving and hanging rails. I'm not going to show you that because I have boxes in there already ready for moving. This den is a beautiful, cozy space that I've managed to fit a lot into. I have 3 desks, 2 Alex drawer sets, a piano, my laptop, all of my sewing stuff, and it fits in here comfortably. It's safe to say it's cozy, but I am in here every day and I need to use this space for a lot of different things. So it had to turn into this very U-shaped workstation where I could turn around, I can teach, I can sew, I can do anything I need to in this space. I've had to maximize space in this room, so I have all of my sewing thread mounted on pegboard on the walls. I've got my map of Middle Earth because you need a little geek in your office, and I wanted to pay homage to this actually being part of my creative or sewing space, so I have this multi-textured image that I found for less than $10 in clearance at HomeSense of a dress mannequin made out of feathers, which I think is really cool. I want to take the glass off the front so I can touch it. I've also tried to keep this space consistent in terms of organizing, so I use all the same kind of labeled boxes, so it looks consistent and looks clean. That was really important to me when you have a small space or when you have a tighter space. Try and keep things as minimal as possible. Keep anything you can off the surfaces. I have the last 2 pieces of that grassy fern set that my dad was getting rid of, and those are on top of my corner unit desk. And for the final stop on our tour, we have the second bedroom, which is a guest bedroom, but you're probably more familiar with it as my filming space, my streaming space, and occasionally as the space where I work on massage clients. Because this room has to do so many different things, I wanted to keep the decor as neutral as possible. It needs to feel professional, it needs to feel clean, so I went with white, cream, and green as the main colors. So green is going to be the accent in this room. I have moss in containers, I've got some flowers, some succulents, everything just bringing different shades of green into the room. On the walls, I've got some art that I picked up, again in discount. It's just prints of leaves. I've got the tub chair that I film all of my videos in with a little green lumbar cushion, again pulling those greens through the room. I've got the lighting behind my chairs to help make the space feel warm. And on the right of my chair, I've got these branches covered in twinkle lights, which you see in just about every video. This side of the room looks lovely. The other side of the room, not so much. It's the part you never get to see. The other side of the room has my entire setup for stream, all of the lighting, camera equipment, booms, everything we use to film all of the videos. So it's a lot of stands, it's a lot of different computer equipment, and it can get a little bit cluttered, but it's all on a foldable desk. So if I need to expand this space and use it and bring in a bed or bring in a massage table or change it over, it's a really quick tear down and move over. That just about concludes our house tour. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to support the channel, you can like, subscribe, share, comment. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Tell me what your favorite room was. What do you like or dislike about my decorating style? I'm always learning, so I'm happy to hear your constructive criticisms. If you want to keep up to date in between uploads, I have my social media accounts linked in the description, and I have my accessible Twitch streams. But that's all I have for you today. Bye for now.